Hello students, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to give you 8 latest defense updates. Number 1, Embraer positions C390 Millennium as faster, higher capacity option. Brazilian aerospace manufacturer Embraer is intensifying its pitch to India for local production of the Embraer C390 Millennium under the Medium Transport Aircraft Program, which is expected to cover a requirement for roughly 60 to 80 aircraft for the Indian Air Force. Company officials argue that the jet-powered C390 offers a significant operational speed and payload advantage over legacy turboprop transports, positioning it as high-efficiency airlifter for modern logistics missions. Speaking about the aircraft's performance envelope, an Embraer representative indicated that C390 can arrive at its destination roughly 30 to 40% faster than comparable turboprop transports. That speed advantage is not just a headline number, it translates directly into mission efficiency. A faster cruise profile allows a transport fleet to move the same tonnage in fewer flight hours, reducing crew fatigue, lowering life cycle operating stress, and increasing overall sortie available. Next, Sheshnag 150 swarm drone demonstrates precision strike capability. India's push into autonomous long-range strike system has gained fresh visibility after a defense industry report highlighted the performance of a new swarm-enabled drone platform. According to coverage by Army Recognition, the Sheshnag 150 deep strike swarm drone, developed by New Space Research and Technologies, demonstrated early flight engagement accuracy with an indicated circular error probable of roughly 5 meters. For a system designed around attritable warfare concepts, that level of precision underscores how low-cost platforms are increasingly closing the gap with high-end guided munition. The Sheshnag 150 is built around a philosophy that prioritizes scale, coordination, and survivability through numbers, rather than relying on a single expensive asset. The system is engineered to deploy in coordinated swarm capable of overwhelming sophisticated defenses. The 150 designation signals its place within a broader drone family architecture, suggesting a modular ecosystem where payloads, endurance, and mission profiles can evolve without redesigning the entire platform. Next, Rafale mega deal. India is inching closer to what could become one of the largest fighter aircraft contracts in its history. The proposed acquisition of 114 additional Dassault Rafale jets. Negotiations are expected to reach a decisive stage by the end of this year or early next year. Yet, even before the ink dries, a crucial financial and strategic question demands clarity. Who should pay for the transfer of technology when production is happening between two companies owned by the same foreign OEM? The discussion is not just about numbers, it is also about structure, ownership, and accountability in a deal that may range anywhere between $25 billion and $40 billion, depending on which estimates one chooses to believe. Until the final agreement is signed, the precise figure remains fluid. However, what is becoming clearer is that the manufacturing responsibility in India will fall on Dassault Reliance Aerospace Limited, a Dassault majority-owned subsidiary operating in the country. Next, is TEDBF at risk after Rafale mega deal momentum? India's ambitious twin-engine deck-based fighter program, better known as TEDBF, is now entering one of the most decisive phases in its journey. While the critical design review expected this year, the aircraft is transitioning from concept validation to detailed engineering maturity. For the Indian Navy and the wider Indian aerospace ecosystem, this is not just another milestone, it is a moment that could define whether India commits fully to a homegrown carrier-borne fighter or defaults to additional foreign procurement. The TEDBF, being developed by the Aeronautical Development Agency, is often described as a potential Rafale killer in the naval domain. That label may be provocative, but the strategic intent is clear. India wants an indigenous carrier-capable twin-engine fighter that can operate from its Stobar and the future Catobar aircraft carriers with credible multi-role capability. Next, HAL distances itself from Rafale production speculation. HAL has issued a formal clarification following media reports suggesting that the proposed 114 aircraft Dassault Rafale mega deal would involve manufacturing in India through a Dassault HAL collaboration. The clarification comes after a report published in the Times of India on 13th Feb. Under the headline, Defence Council clears procurement of 114 Rafales. Mega contract set to become mother of all defense deals. The report indicated that around 20 aircraft would be procured in a flyaway condition and included into the Indian Air Force fleet by 2030, while the remaining aircraft would be manufactured in India under a partnership between Dassault and HAL. Next, Dragonfly 3 dispute deepens. Tensions in the South Caucasus have taken a new turn after Armenia unveiled its Dragonfly 3 loitering munition, a system that bears a striking resemblance to the IAI Harap supplied by Israel to Azerbaijan. The visual similarities have triggered strong reaction in Baku, which has formally sought clarification from Israel on how much a comparable system would have emerged in Armenia. Next, Su-30 MKI sensor leap. India's planned Super 30 modernization of the Sukhoi Su-30 MKI is set to deliver one of the most consequential sensor upgrades in the aircraft's surface life. The replacement of its legacy Russian-built QOLS-30 IRST with a new indigenous long-range dual-band infrared search and track system. Developed within India's growing avionics ecosystem, the new IRST is not merely a like-for-like substitute, it represents a generational step in passive detection capability that is also expected to equip the upcoming Tejas Mk2, creating cross-platform sensor commonality. Infrared search and track system occupy a unique niche in air combat. Unlike radar, which emits signals and can reveal an aircraft's presence, IRST works passively by detecting thermal signatures. This allows pilots to track airborne or ground targets without alerting adversaries, a crucial advantage in contest electromagnetic environments. Next, solid rocket motor handover. India's expanding ecosystem of private sector defense manufacturers continues to gather momentum, with propulsion specialist Spacefield announcing the successful design, build and delivery of a solid propulsion system to a major naval armament inspectorate of the Indian Navy. The milestone centers on a 160 class rocket motor that has cleared both internal validation and Navy supervised hot fire trials, demonstrating the level of performance consistency required for operational deployment. The development reflects a growing shift toward domestically engineered propulsion solutions tailored for maritime requirements. Rocket motor of this class serves as an energetic backbone of several naval weapon applications where reliability under extreme thermal and mechanical stress is non-negotiable.